نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم باب من ترك بعد الاختيار مخافة أن يقصر فهم بعض الناس عنه فيقع في أشد منه. عن الأسود قال قال لي ابن زبير كانت عائشة تسر إليك كثيرا فما حدثتك في الكعبة فقلت قالت لي قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا عائشة لولا قومك حديث أحدهم قال ابن زبير بكفر لنقضت الكعبة فجعلت لها بابين بابا يدخل الناس وبابا يخرجون ففعله ابن زبير. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. يا رب صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. My respected elders, young brothers, friends, and my honorable mothers and sisters, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept in His court our sitting here at this very moment in His house with the intention we are sitting so that we can gain the pleasure of Allah. With the intention we are sitting that we can learn something from the sayings of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And with the intention we are sitting that through these activities, by sitting and by listening to the sayings of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we become close to our Creator and close to our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If our amal, our righteous deeds are accepted by Allah, then we are successful. And if they are rejected, then we are in danger. We should always make a dua to Allah after the performance of any righteous deed that, oh Allah, you accept it. We learn from each and every prophet a lesson, and that is, after you have performed something good, don't rely on the performance only, that I've done this and this is enough. No. After we have performed something good, we need to beg our Creator, we need to turn to Him and ask Him that, oh Allah, it was you who gave us the ability to do this good. Now we ask you and we beg you to accept it. Now, each and every prophet, they are the personalities who are innocent. They were innocent. They always were under the protection of Allah Almighty. Shaitan had no access to the prophets. But after having all these good situations and after having this divine protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and having the sincere intentions for everything that they did. Despite all of this, after they have performed something good, they turned to Allah and said, "Oh Allah, you accept it." My niyat, your niyat, there can be a doubt whether it was sincere or not. But the niyat of a Nabi, of a Prophet, is always sincere. But we find that prophets were so fearful of Allah, after having done something good, they said, "Oh Allah, you gave us the tawfiq, you gave us the ability to do this, now we are asking you to accept it." Don't you see Prophet Ibrahim? He built the Kaabatullah along with his son Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam. After the completion of the construction of the Kaabatullah, he turned to Allah and said, "Oh Allah, Rabbana taqabbal minna." Oh Allah, you accept it. So this is a lesson we learn from the Quran, that after we have done something good, we need to ask Allah that, "Oh Allah, you accept it." We should never be proud of our good deeds. We should never be proud of our righteous deeds, that we have done something. We have done no favor. Remember, once we have done something good, never think that you have done any favor to Allah. We have done no favor to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rather, we have done favor to our own selves by doing something good. But still here, it is not guaranteed that it is accepted. You have to ask Allah. You have to beg Allah that you accept it. Allah Almighty, on the Day of Judgment, many people will come and their good deeds will be thrown back on their faces. Many people will be coming to the court of Allah and their good deeds will be thrown back on their faces. Why? Because their intentions were not good. Their intentions were not good. When they were doing something good, their intentions were not to please Allah, but their intentions were for name and fame. Their intentions were for name and fame. At this very moment, I'm sitting, you sitting, the nur of our inner situation and our need, our intention is Allah. He knows best why I'm speaking. And especially those who speak and teach, they are in a greater danger than those who are listening. In the hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on the Day of Judgment, 3 people will be called in the court of Allah. One of them will be an alim, a scholar, who propagated the deen, who taught people. Allah will say to him, "I granted you the knowledge, so tell me, what did you do with the knowledge?" What did he do with the knowledge? He will say, "Allah, you gave me the knowledge, and I preached, I taught the people, I gave lectures, I delivered talks." Allah Almighty say, "No doubt, you did all this, but not for me. Not for me. You did it so that people can say, 'Oh, you are a good speaker. You gave a good talk. You wanted a praise from people, and this all has happened. People praised you. They talked in your favor. Today, in my court, all this has gone waste. Not accepted. Or angels, come, take him into hellfire. Take him into hellfire. A rich person with wealth will be called. I gave you wealth. What did you do with it? Oh, Allah spent it in your path. I helped the poor. I built masajid, Islamic schools, masajid and mosques. Allah will say, "No doubt. But it was not for me. You did not do all that for my pleasure, in order to please me. You did it so that people can say that, oh, he's a very generous man, spending in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Or angels, come and take him also into the hellfire. Take him into hellfire. So my respected elders, each and every one of us are in a danger. We should always check our intentions. Why I have come to masjid? Why am I reading the Quran? Why am I giving this wealth of mine in the good cause, we need to check our intention. Because this our own self, our nafs is our enemy. And shaitan is our enemy. And shaitan has taken an oath from very first day that he wants to take us into hellfire. His entry into hellfire is guaranteed. He will go into hellfire. But he has taken oath that he will not go alone into hellfire. He wants to take me and you also into hellfire. It is our duty. It is our duty to save ourselves from this enemy and fight this enemy and face this enemy and confront this enemy and save ourselves. How? By correcting our intentions. By correcting our intention that I've come to the mosque. Why? So that my Creator becomes pleased with me. This should be our intention. I'm sitting here at this very moment in this circle so that I please my Creator. So my respected elders and my young brothers, I read a hadith narrated by Abdullah bin Zubair radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, a companion of Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And he was a nephew. He was a nephew of our Prophet's wife, Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. And remember, the wives of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they are mothers. Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had 11 wives. They are all our mothers. They are Allah Almighty, wa azwajuhu ummahatuhum. Allah declares His wives, meaning the Prophet's wives, are mothers of all the believers. They are our mothers. Anyone who will point a finger at any mother of the believers, then his iman is in danger. Anyone who will criticize our mothers, meaning the wives of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then he has a doubt in the nabuwwat, in the prophethood of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He has a doubt in the Quran. He has a doubt in the Quran. He doesn't believe in the Quran. He doesn't believe Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Abdullah bin Zubair radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was nephew of Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, and he was son of Aisha's sister Asma radiallahu ta'ala anha. Now Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha had a shagird, a pupil, Aswad. And this pupil of Hazrat Aisha was very close to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. So once Abdullah bin Zubair, who is a nephew of Hazrat Aisha, he said to the student of Hazrat Aisha, I've seen many a times my auntie whispering with you, telling you so many secret things. You know, when a teacher observes, and when he sees some of his students are very clever, then he does not look at the relationship, he doesn't look at his children, his sons, then he will give preference to that student over his own sons, his own relatives. He will not say that my son, and I put him forward. No. He will put his clever student forward. As Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, Abdullah bin Zubair is a nephew of Hazrat Aisha. He is saying to her student, my auntie, I have seen her many a times telling you many things that she hasn't told us. So, can you tell us all the secrets she told you? He said, she has told me many things. Some I remember and some I have forgotten. Some I still remember and some I have forgotten. So he said, you go ahead. Whatever you remember, you tell me. And if you forget something, then I'm here. I will help you. There's a possibility that something, a hadith you know, I might also know the same hadith. And if you forget some part of the hadith, I will read the next part for you. So he started mentioning, he said, Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha once told me that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told her that it is my desire, it is my wish that I would like to make some adjustments in the Kaaba. What was that? I would like to change, how the Kaaba, the building, the Kaaba is built. I would like to dismantle this Kaaba and make it how Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam made it and built it. But the fear is, oh Aisha, your nation, your people, meaning the people are newly into Islam. They are new converts. If I dismantle the Kaaba, because they have this respect, even the non-believers, though they were non-believers, but they had the respect for the house of Allah. They had the respect. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, these people, the Sahaba, they are newly entered into Islam. They are new converts. They have the respect in their heart for the Ka'batullah, for the house of Allah. If I dismantle the house of Allah, they will fall into more difficult and trials. And they will say, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has come to dismantle the house of Allah. For this very reason, I'm going to leave the Kaaba how it is. I will not touch it. Now, what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanted to do, before Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam became prophet, Quraysh, when he was 35 years old, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam became prophet when he was 40 years old. 5 years before his prophethood, Quraysh, his family, they constructed the Kaaba. And what they did, Ibrahim ala Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, when he built the Kaaba, he made two doors. One for the entry and one entrance and one exit. So people can enter from one and through the other they can leave the Kaaba. And the door of the Kaaba was on the level of this ground. But the Quraysh, they changed. What they did, instead of having two doors, they made one door. They kept one door. Number two, the change they made was, instead of having the door on the level of the ground, they lifted from the level of the ground. Meaning, anyone who wanted to enter, he has to have a ladder. Climb the ladder and then enter through the door. Because they would allow people, some they would allow and some they would not allow. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, this is my desire, but I will not do this. Why? Because people will fall into more difficult, and people will fall into trials. People will start misunderstanding. They will say Muhammad has come to dismantle the house of Allah. Now, what a lesson we learn from here, from this hadith, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sometimes there is something which is preferred, optional thing, we should do it. But the danger is, if we do it, there's a possibility by doing something which is optional, people may fall into mischief. Let me give you one example. It is sunnah Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to sit on the floor to eat. This is the sunnah. This is a custom of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to sit on the floor to eat. But if you were invited by someone who had arranged a table and chair, and you go there and you start demanding, no, this is the sunnah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is to sit on the floor. I'm not going to sit on the chair. I'm not going to eat, having food on the table. What will happen now? The host who invited you, what will happen when you are going to demand? There will be There will be quarreling going, people, he will mind. He will mind. So here, though it is Sunnah Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to sit on the floor now, but somebody has arranged the chair and table. Now here, in order to prevent fitna, trial happening, one should remain silent there and he should sit on a chair. Despite knowing it is sunnah to sit on the floor to eat, but here the chair and the table are arranged. So here, in order to avoid the fitna, in order to avoid trials, one should sit on the chair and eat. Similarly, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it was a good thing to build the Kaaba on the foundation of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, to make two doors, making things easy for the people. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, having this in the mind, if I do this thing, which is optional, which is preferred, what will happen? This will cause the fitna amongst the people. So in order to stop the fitna, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, I will not build the Kaaba on the foundation of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Although it is better, it was good to do it, but in order to stop the fitna happening, mischief taking place in the community, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he did not go ahead, and he said, I will leave the Kaabatullah as it is. And then what happened? Abdullah bin Zubair radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when he became a Khalifa, a ruler, he had this hadith in his mind. He dismantled the Kaabatullah and he built it on the foundation of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. He made two doors, one for the entry, one for the exit, and he built the door on the level of the ground. But unfortunately, he was martyred by Hajjaj bin Yusuf. Hajjaj bin Yusuf, he did again. He dismantled the Kaaba and he built it again how the Quraysh built it. Then came a time, Harun Rashid, he was the ruler. Harun Rashid was the ruler in the days of Imam Malik rahmatullahi, and he came to Imam Malik rahmatullahi, he said, my desire, my wish is, I would like to dismantle the Kaaba and build it on the foundation of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. So Imam Malik issued the verdict. He said, do not make Kaabatullah a plaything and a toy. If today you are going to dismantle it and make it on the foundation of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, after you are gone, another king will come. He will say, I want to dismantle the Kaaba and I want to build it like this. This Kaabatullah will become a plaything for the kings. They will play with it. So now I issue this verdict. Nobody is allowed to touch the Kaabatullah. So this Kaabatullah, today you see, it is the very same which Hajjaj bin Yusuf built. And inshallah, it will remain as it is today, till the day of judgment. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may He accept our sitting and may He make all these good activities we take place in the masjid means of our forgiveness and means of coming close to our Creator. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.